Welcome back to the deep dive. We're jumping straight back into Karina's journal following the trail of the Centaur project.
We left off after her incredible forging experience at the Vilarica volcano in Chile.
Right, that fiery ritual connecting her to Druechyn, the salamanders, really foundational stuff.
Absolutely. It was clearly a massive shift for her. But her journal shows there was, well, another reason she was there, something specific she needed to find.
And that's our focus today. A deep dive into these specific journal entries about, of all things, a meteorite found there.
Not just any meteorite, though. This one's special. It apparently holds data on a chip, information about a completely lost civilization.
And crucially, the reason they were lost. A story of immense power and destruction.
Yeah. So our goal here is to walk you through Karina's account of discovering this thing. We want to pull out the key insights about the meteorite, its origins, and the warnings it holds.
And maybe figure out why only someone like Karina could possibly have found it.
Exactly. Let's get into it.
Okay, so the journal picks up not long after the forging.
Wow.
Karina's task at Vilarica wasn't just personal transformation. She was guided, right,
Okay.
to find something.
Precisely. A specific meteorite. And the journal entry doesn't pull any punches about where it came from.
No kidding. It mentions a civilization humanity might never even know existed.
And the location? You ready for this? A galaxy over 40 billion light years from Earth.
40 billion. That
Yeah.
number is, yeah. It's almost meaningless. It's so vast.
It really is. So, okay, the journal then fast forwards a bit. A few days later, Karina's in Brazil at Lucas's place.
And they've got the stones they collected from the volcano. Time to examine them.
Right. Picture this. They're at a table, bowl of rocks between them. Lucas knows what they're after, but he needs her to identify it. Her recent upgrades, let's say. Give her a sensitivity.
And he tells her basically, find the one with real energy, you'll feel it, which is, not your standard geological survey technique.
No, definitely not. This is about feeling, about energy signatures. So the journal says she takes the bowl, closes her eyes,
Runs her fingers over the stones.
and then she stops, picks one up. Tiny thing. No bigger than a grape, the entry says.
But it felt different.
Yeah, warm, almost. Alive, that's the word she uses. Alive.
Whoa. Okay, most rocks aren't exactly warm and fuzzy.
Right, so it's clearly got something going on. She holds it, senses this uniqueness, and then passes it to Lucas, says something like, "This is weird, it got hot in my hand."
And as she hands it over, something happens.
A tiny red light inside the stone. Barely there, like a pinprick, but pulsing as it passes from her hand to his.
And Lucas's reaction.
Immediate. He grimaces, like physical pain or discomfort. He knows instantly this thing is dangerous, especially for him.
Why for him specifically?
Well, his internal thought, recorded in the journal, is, God help me, I'm not mutated like you. This thing is radioactive.
Radioactive. Okay, that explains the grimace. And the mutated like you comment.
It connects back to what we know about Lucas. His own alien abilities were dampened, blocked, somehow part of his sentence, right? He didn't have Karina's newly reinforced system. She'd just been through that forging.
So he's holding this radioactive thing, knowing it's bad for him.
Yeah.
But he still tries to access it.
He has to. The curiosity, the need to know. It outweighs the immediate risk. He focuses, tries to tap into whatever information is stored inside.
And what does he get?
First impressions are heavy, he whispers. This isn't just space debris. He knows it's from a world that's gone, destroyed, long, long ago.
And the journal mentions how this civilization tried to preserve itself.
Yeah, it's quite a concept. They apparently embedded all their knowledge, science, history, everything into giant rocks.
Giant rocks, seriously.
Colossal ones, seemingly. And then launched them into space, scattered them across the cosmos, like, as the journal says, needles in a cosmic haystack.
Wow. Talk about a message in a bottle, a universe-sized bottle. And Karina finds one tiny fragment.
Which, again, probably wasn't luck. The journal strongly implies she was guided, and critically, she was prepared for it, modified, built to withstand the radiation.
Something an ordinary human couldn't handle.
Couldn't have survived contact, the journal says flat out, which
Yeah.
is, chilling.
Okay, so Lucas is holding this dangerous radioactive artifact, trying to read it. What else does he pull out? This is where it gets even wilder, right?
It really does. He gets deeper info. The planet's origin. It wasn't just 40 billion light years away in our universe.
Wait, what?
It came from another universe entirely.
Another Universe? How is that even possible? How did it get here?
According to the journal, when their planet was destroyed, the explosion was so immense the fragments were thrown with such force. They literally punched through dimensional barrier.
Punched through reality.
Essentially. At light speed, they entered our universe. And some traveled for so long they passed through regions of space before the galaxies there had even formed.
The time scale, it's just,
Yeah.
my brain hurts thinking about it.
It's genuinely mind-bending stuff. So naturally, Karina asks the obvious question, what kind of beings live there?
Yeah, what were they like?
Lucas's answer, drawn from the stone, is, well, the planet itself was enormous. 1,000 times the size of Jupiter, maybe more.
1,000 times Jupiter. How does a civilization even exist on something like that?
Good question. The journal doesn't detail that, but it emphasizes the scale. Massive planet, massive civilization, presumably.
Okay, but the crucial part, the
Yeah.
terrifying part, why was it destroyed? What happened?
And this is the core warning, isn't it? It wasn't natural, no supernova, no black hole. Lucas learns from the rock it was self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted? How?
Through, and I quote, reckless manipulation of nuclear energy in its most advanced form.
Advanced nuclear energy.
Yeah.
Manipulated recklessly. What did that do?
This is the absolute bombshell. Lucas says, his voice shaking according to the journal, they didn't just destroy their planet, they destroyed their own universe in their hunger for power.
Wait, hold on. They destroyed their universe, their entire reality.
Yeah.
With technology.
That's the implication in the source material. They pushed energy manipulation too far, driven by this hunger for power, and caused a cataclysm on an unimaginable scale. Wiped themselves and potentially everything around them out of existence.
Oh my God. That is beyond comprehension. How did Lucas react to getting that download?
The journal describes it vividly. He starts trembling uncontrollably. He says he can almost hear their cries, feel this intense heat, like an echo of the event itself, stored in the rock's data.
So it wasn't just information, it was like an experience.
A residual psychic or energetic imprint, maybe? He also mentions the knowledge is on a chip inside the meteorite, encoded with ancient, advanced technology beyond anything I've seen. But even he couldn't recognize the specifics, not the planet's name, not the tech itself.
The strain must have been incredible, accessing that kind of horror, plus the radiation.
It broke him. Well, nearly. The journal says the combination, the radiation, the sheer weight of the data became too much. He just drops the meteorite, collapses onto the couch.
How bad was it? Pale, trembling, struggling to breathe. Really bad shape. And Karina,
What did she do?
panicked, naturally, rushes over, helps him lie down, and then does something kind of instinctive. Grabs honey.
Honey. Why honey?
She hopes the sugar would help stabilize him, maybe counteract whatever the radiation or the intense data influx was doing internally. The journal actually notes sugar can slow overwhelming internal changes.
And did it work?
Apparently, yeah. He lay there, still shaky, but the colors started coming back to his face. He slowly stabilized.
Close call. Is there a moment of relief?
Yeah, there's this brief moment of really dark humor. Lucas groans something about dying, and Karina quips about almost drowning him in honey first.
We almost got a laugh. In a situation that insane.
Exactly. A little bit of human, well, human-ish connection amidst the cosmic horror. Then Karina makes the obvious point.
Which is?
She handled the stone, no problem. He almost died. Her explanation, her alien DNA, maybe boosted by the recent forging, was built for this kind of radiation exposure.
And Lucas agrees. He does, acknowledges he has alien DNA too, obviously, but says he's been in a human form too long, doesn't have our current resilience. He can't just bounce back like that anymore.
So he's okay, but clearly shaken and impressed.
Definitely impressed, both by the terrifying information in the rock and by Karina's ability to handle it. He looks at the stone and says something like, the information, Karina, you have no idea. Their tech, their world, enormous.
And Karina takes a lesson from this, right? A broader perspective.
She does. It's a really poignant reflection in the journal. She murmurs how the hunger for power can destroy not just people, but whole galaxies. Or in this case, maybe universes.
And she connects it to present day.
Yeah, she says, that's why caution must always come first. Maybe that's why the Galactic Council started enforcing strict energy laws. She sees this ancient catastrophe as the potential origin story for current cosmic regulations.
A universe-destroying cautionary tale. So, the meteorite, what happens to
Oh.
it now? Does he, put it in the lead box?
Karina asks him what he'll do with it. And Lucas, recovering, gives a little smirk and says he's keeping it.
Keeping it. The radioactive universe killer rock.
Yep. His reasoning, who knows, we might need it again. Classic Lucas, right? Always thinking ahead, always aware that things are connected.
And the entry ends with him realizing this is just the start.
Pretty much. Finding this object, unlocking this terrifying secret. It wasn't an ending. It was clearly just the beginning of something much bigger.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive then. An incredible story from Karina's journal. A small meteorite found on Earth.
But originating from a planet 1,000 times Jupiter's size, 40 billion light years away in another universe.
Carrying a data chip with knowledge of advanced tech, but also the story of its creator's self-destruction.
Annihilation on a universal scale, caused by reckless ambition and misuse of power. And this object, potent and radioactive, could only be retrieved by Karina, who was specifically prepared for it.
The takeaways feel huge. The existence of truly ancient, vast civilizations we know nothing about.
The unbelievable destructive potential inherent in advanced technology if ethics don't keep pace.
The immense value and danger of lost knowledge scattered across the cosmos.
And of course, Karina's unique role. Her evolving abilities making her capable of interacting with these cosmic forces.
Thinking about this, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much knowledge, how many stories like this one have been lost forever in cosmic events?
Exactly. How many needles are still out there in that cosmic haystack? And what does it take for just one tiny fragment like this meteorite to actually surface into our awareness? It seems to require very specific, maybe even orchestrated circumstances.
And that final point from the journal, the civilization destroying its own universe because of a hunger for power using technology. That's the thought I want to leave you with.
This is a heavy one.
If technology wielded without caution can lead to that level of destruction, what does it say about the responsibility that comes with uncovering any truly powerful knowledge? Like whatever is really on that chip, what could that tech do, and who gets to decide how or if it's ever used again? Something to think about.